So in the past, we've talked about Luminate and how to track your record sales and how they work in conjunction with Billboard. But today I want to talk about how to track your radio airplay. Maybe you're working with a radio promotions company, maybe you're in with a syndicated show and getting some traction there. But either way, you want to see where your records are getting played on air, if at all. Let's get to work. So let me show you what Mediabase is and what it does. The very first thing I want to point out is not to go to Mediabase.com. You'll use that when you have a client account with Mediabase and actually see the data that they provide for you. But what you do want to do is Google Register Music Mediabase or Register Music with Mediabase and click on that first link. On this page, you'll actually upload your song so that Mediabase can encode the song, and in turn, they can tell where your song's been played and on what radio stations, what markets. This process is very self-explanatory. You're going to put your actual name, not your stage name, your actual name. So you just put your name, your company, email that you need to put in. And the next part is just your song information. This is actually attaching metadata to your file. You don't necessarily need to put in the track ISRC or the UPC. You can do this with remixes or records that you haven't put out or you haven't published out on streaming services. Maybe you don't have this information. You can still upload it for it to be encoded for terrestrial AM, FM radio stations. So I'm just going to fill out some information here about the song I'm encoding today. And like most pages, if it has this little asterisk here, you're going to have to put that information. If you don't have it, it won't upload. It is being released by an independent label. No, it's not a Christmas or Hanukkah song. I'm in the US. My website. And you'll just simply upload your song here. Now, I've used MP3s and waves in the past. I didn't really see any difference. Click submit. And you'll get this message saying, we have successfully received your submission. Thank you. And if you want to submit another single, you just go right back to that main page and keep it moving. So now what do? You just sit back, right? Well, that's one thing you could kind of do with it. You don't necessarily need a client Mediabase account for your track to be encoded. The benefit of not having an account with Mediabase is really just the cost, which isn't much. It's usually in and around that $200 a month area for independent artists to be able to track where your record's getting played. But if you can't afford that, that's still a plus because now your record's going to be on the same lists with other people who are doing big radio promotion. So even big signed artists. I worked with an artist once who just used the free options with Mediabase and at that time BDS, and he was contacted by Universal for more tracks and a press kit, and they wanted more information about him just because he was getting a lot of radio play. And that was all without a paid subscription to Mediabase or BDS at that time. So there are some benefits of just having your music encoded for radio. Now, if you want to take it a step further and make an official account with Mediabase, I encourage you to do so. Like I said, for around $200 a month, maybe a little more, depending on what data you want them to collect for you, you can get a lot of good information. There's a lot of benefits to that. Seeing the data of where your track is getting played on radio can help you immensely because it can tell you where to focus your attention. Maybe you're getting attention in a city you didn't even know you were. Now you should start to plan some marketing down there. Maybe you want to do some radio interviews. Maybe you want to do some shows down there. As you can see, it's super easy to get your music encoded for Radio Airplay. It's not nearly as confusing as it used to be when there were a few companies that would do this for you. Now it's just one through Mediabase and their conjunction and partnership with Luminate and Billboard. Just a backstory with Mediabase, they've been around a long time. They're owned by iHeartMedia. If you guys have ever heard of iHeartRadio, same company, huge media company. Used to be Clear Channel, one of the biggest media companies in the world. So even if it's something that you can't extend your budget to, at least use the free option and get your music up on there, because I'm telling you, these people that are in the business look at these lists and look at this data. If your name keeps popping up, it could open some doors for you. Who knows? All right, that's all I got for today, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.